What if the biggest challenge in Sullivan's Crossing Season 5 is not the emotional fallout from the engagement, but the arrival of someone who forces Maggie to look at her past in a way she never wanted to? Because right now, every fan is asking when the show returns, but the real question we should be asking is how the new faces entering the crossing are about to reshape everything we thought we knew about Maggie and Cal. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Breakdown Epic. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. Now today, we are diving into the official release window for Sullivan's Crossing Season 5 and breaking down the new character dynamics that are set to change the temperature of the show. If you finished Season 4 feeling like the story was finally settling down, I honestly think you are in for a massive shock, because Season 5 is not just a continuation, it is a full-scale emotional reset. Let's start with the release date, because that is the first piece of the puzzle. While the networks are usually careful about exact dates this early, the production schedule in Nova Scotia tells us a very clear story. Filming is picking up momentum, and based on the previous season rhythms, we are looking at a premiere window in early 2027, most likely March or April. And honestly, I think that gap is necessary, because the show is moving into a much heavier stage of storytelling. Now, let's talk about the new character analytics, because this is where things get genuinely interesting. Rumors and early reports suggest that Season 5 will introduce characters that act as direct emotional counters to Maggie's stability.
We are talking about potential figures from Cal's past, and maybe even more family members for Maggie, who bring unfinished business into the crossing. In my opinion, the show is moving away from simple romance and into a much darker territory of accountability and identity. Personally, I think the arrival of these new characters is exactly what the series needs to stay fresh. But here's the thing. New faces mean new secrets, and we all know that secrets in the crossing have a habit of staying buried until they can cause the most damage. Wait, let me rewind for a second, because we cannot talk about new characters without looking at what happened in the Season 4 finale. The engagement changed the board, but it did not erase the history. So if a new figure arrives who knows a version of Cal that Maggie has never met, then the trust they just rebuilt is going to be tested all over again. That is a huge risk for the showrunners to take, but it's also brilliant for retention because it keeps the audience guessing whether these two are actually built to last. I'm going to commit to a prediction right now. Season 5 will not be about the wedding preparations. It will be about the realization that a ring does not solve a history of trauma. Now, let's do a quick character comparison. On one side, you have Maggie, who is finally trying to anchor herself in the crossing. On the other side, the new arrivals represent the world she tried to leave behind: ambition, complexity, and the constant pressure of a life that doesn't wait for you to heal.
This contrast is going to be the emotional engine of the first half of the season. What if the real reason the show is bringing in new blood is to finally pull Maggie back toward her medical career in the city? That would be a devastating twist for Cal fans, but it is a possibility we have to consider. As the story develops, I think we will see the community at the crossing become a much louder part of the narrative too. Frank and Edna are likely going to be the bridge for these new characters, helping them integrate or revealing why they shouldn't be there at all. In my opinion, Season 5 is shaping up to be the most decisive season yet. It is the point where the crossing either survives its own history or becomes the place where everyone's secrets finally collide. So before I finish, here is the fast-fire recap of everything we know. The release is projected for spring 2027. The cast is expanding with figures who will challenge Maggie and Cal's connection. The theme is shifting from healing to accountability, and the premiere is going to set a much faster pace than Season 4. Honestly, I cannot wait to see how these new analytics play out on screen. But anyway, that is my breakdown of the Sullivan's Crossing Season 5 release date and character theories. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, do you think the new characters are here to help Maggie and Cal, or are they the spark that finally burns the relationship down? I will catch you in the next one.